What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're here to have a look at KOZUKI ODEN. Now, KOZUKI ODEN 6 Plus did come out, quite a while ago, like 2 weeks ago at this point. But, with all the things that have been happening over the past, 2 weeks, really, hadn't really had an opportunity to give this guy a shot in some regular content. And it's actually been a long time since I've taken on some of the arenas that you guys will be seeing in this video today. But with Oden being such a powerful unit, I think it'd be a really good opportunity to do that. Use him as captain to take on some of the most difficult content in the game. I mean, I don't know, I guess you could classify arenas as pretty difficult content. For the generic average player, I do think arena is challenging for sure. But let's talk about KOZUKI ODEN, because what they've done with this unit is pretty crazy. They've given him probably one of the best super evolutions that we've seen, like ever, to be honest. And the thing about it is they haven't really changed that much about the unit, but the little changes that they've done have made this character insanely powerful. So just talking about the unit as a captain, that's the biggest change of the unit, in the fact that now he boosts all characters' attack by 4.5 times, also giving all characters 1.5 times health, and then also saying that if any character has a Wano slot, you get a 5 times boost instead. Those particular effects of the multipliers and stuff are now great because they now work for all characters. Previous to this, he was still like a 4.25 Rainbow Captain, but would only give strength units a 4.75 times boost if they had their Wano slot. But now, any boost to any unit will be given if they have that Wano slot, which is so good. But then he has also a really cool added effect in his captain ability that now Dex and Tenem slots will be classified as Wano slots, meaning just generically you're going to be receiving a lot more Wano slots throughout your quest. And it does also mean you can just bring characters on your team, such as like Raid Cracker, for example, just now gives you a full board of Wano slots. Like, hello, that's crazy. For a free-to-play unit, just to do that is so good. Characters like Sober Mask is still going to be really strong, being able to generate a full board of Wano slots, as well as also giving you the attack boost every turn. So just his captain ability is the biggest upgrade, because previous to this, as we had already stated, he was only really focused on boosting strength characters, but now the fact that he boosts all characters is so huge, because it really does mean you can run whatever you want, and they're going to be receiving a really huge boost via his captain effect. One component of this character, however, that they didn't really change too much, that I think probably did need a little bit of additions or some tweaking, was his special. His special ability is the exact same as it was before, aside from the fact that instead of a 2.5 times slot effect boost, it is now going to be a 2.75 times slot effect boost. I think that is an okay change. I mean, the 2.5 orb boost was perfectly fine. What I would have liked to have seen is if they potentially would make the orb boost for all characters instead, because it is still boosting strength, slasher, and free spirit characters with that special, meaning that even though he's a Rainbow Captain, that special ability does kind of restrict you in the units that you would typically bring for content, so you do have to keep that in mind. Saying that though, you're building just Oden with a full free spirit, slasher, or strength team, that's not going to be that bad of an issue, honestly. I mean, even in this team example here versus the Mihawk arena, like Chopper on this team isn't really boosted, but the other characters versus Shanks, Komurasaki, Rayleigh all have some type of synergy here with Oden, which I think is really great. And then of course, one thing that I kind of thought I was going to get screwed up on is actually the next stage here versus Doflamingo. For those of you who don't know how this arena works, Doflamingo has a barrier, and it's a slot barrier, and you need to hit him with 4 psi slots in order to pierce that barrier. However, because of Wano slots, that's going to be a little bit difficult to do. And looking at this, I thought I wasn't going to have enough damage, but Oden with his barrier penetration, limit break ability is going to provide enough damage with all of the boosts active from Shanks' versus effect, as well as his special ability to provide all the boosts for our team, which is pretty surprising, honestly. So either way, even though we didn't really have the most optimal team moving forward for this particular quest on this stage, it was still fine, because barrier penetration being one of the best, if not the best, potential ability in the game, it is absurdly powerful, and especially for Sugofest exclusive characters that receive it, because if you max it out, they're always going to penetrate barriers no matter what. Whereas characters like rare recruits and like limited rare recruits, for example, typically they only get to pierce the barrier if your health is above like 50% when it's completely maxed out. So Sugofest exclusives with barrier penetration are insanely busted. Another component of 6+ Odin that they've actually tweaked, which is a huge thing because they hadn't done this previous to this, was the fact that his super type special actually did change. So the only other super type characters that had received super evolutions, to my recollection at this point, have been Yamato and Germa 66, right? So those two characters that received super evolutions actually didn't get any changes to their super type special, which I think is fine because those characters didn't really need changes to their super type special. Odin's super type special, on the other hand, was pretty bad, even on release. A lot of people hated it, the fact that, you know, he only gives himself a 1000 base attack boost and gives himself a guaranteed Wano slot. They've done a really good change here because if you are using him as a captain and you use his special ability, he is going to go ahead and give your entire top row 1000 base attack and Wano slots guaranteed through block orbs. So that's great. It means that you can hybrid him up and just have your friend captain hit ridiculously hard. My boy Bullet stay winning, super effective against all types, base attack boost, Wano slot. That kind of synergy is pretty awesome. So really good changes here with his super type special. It's still not the best super type special out there, but it's a huge change just that two characters now on your team are going to have those Wano slots and they're going to hit ridiculously hard. Like hypothetically, if you just need to get some type of damage, just a little bit of extra damage, then Odin is going to provide that for you, which is so good. But realistically looking at it, there aren't really too many other super evolutions that had released, at least recently, that were kind of like at the same level as Odin. I mean, you had characters like Germa 66, who on release was great because they basically fixed everything about the unit that was kind of mediocre. The fact that it was only a 2-turn buff, they made it 3 turns, they add like an additional stage to the special, so now it's like a 3-stage special. Just overall, they did a really good job with Germa 66. And then like Yamato, for example, I mean, Yamato was already broken on release and they decided to give her a super evolution straight away, and then just, you know, have a side grade, 2 different units, incredibly powerful in both facets, right? But even just around those, like, what else has released that is comparative to Odin? Because all of these other super evolutions that have been typically releasing, they don't really have very powerful captain abilities. Typically, they're older units, they get slight changes to their captains, and they're definitely more used for their specials. But Odin, I mean, he was already used for his special anyway, and he got a super evolution that gave him a very usable captain ability, and that's what I like to see. And I really hope moving forward we can maintain this and get better and better super evolutions, because the year of 2021 honestly had some pretty mediocre super evolutions, and I really hope that's behind us so we can get better and better moving forward and get even more fun, creative super evolutions in the future. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
俺はこのどうしようもねえクズどもの王になることにした。